In a world full of distractions and uncertainties, how do you build a truly resilient mind? The search for inner strength has never been more important, especially for those who want to handle life's ups and downs with calm and balance. What if I told you the secret to this transformation is already within you? With Stoic lessons applied in practical ways, you can become someone who masters fear, uses discomfort for growth, and turns daily routines into a path of self-discovery. With each section, you'll see that personal development can be simpler than it seems, accessible even in the smallest daily choices. This approach, which draws from the teachings of masters like Seneca and Epictetus, isn't just theory. It directly influences your actions, your thoughts, and how you face the world. This guide will take you on a journey of transformation, where every step, from listening to your inner voice to finding power in simplicity, will bring meaningful change to your way of life. So, are you ready to embrace this inner fortress that's waiting for you? After all, it's not every day that we get to access the ancient wisdom of the Stoics, which has helped millions live with purpose and peace. If you're looking for more than quick answers, you're in the right place. Dive in, absorb, and discover that the answers to life's biggest questions might just be a thought away. Inner fortress. Building an inner fortress is one of the secrets of Stoic lessons for anyone seeking true peace and resilience. It's something you start developing within, almost like building an invisible armor, a shield against life's ups and downs. Imagine someone who, despite criticism, pressure, or even disappointments, stays calm and centered. This is the essence of the inner fortress that Seneca and Epictetus spoke about so often. With a strengthened mind, external influences lose their power, becoming just passing events. To achieve this resilience, personal development must be a constant, conscious effort. A simple practice is to reflect daily on how you feel in moments of pressure. How about jotting down in a journal how you react to criticism? It might seem small, but it helps you see patterns and turn weaknesses into strengths. According to Stoic philosophy, this approach is the way to a calmer mind, a true inner fortress. And what about emotions? Controlling them doesn't mean suppressing them, but rather giving them their proper place. It means that instead of being led by impulse, you can acknowledge what you feel, observe it without judgment, and respond with wisdom. From this space of calm, it becomes easier to make decisions that are truly yours. This practice leads us to the next step: living with presence, without hurry, learning to observe before acting. Simplicity of presence. Living with the simplicity of presence invites us to experience the now in its purest form. In a world that constantly chases the next step, the Stoic practice calls us to appreciate just being. Picture yourself on a walk outdoors, no phone, no distractions, just you in the present moment. This experience of fullness, where everything feels lighter, opens up a sense of peace and contentment that few people ever reach. Presence is the key to aligning the mind and heart in harmony. This kind of presence can be applied to any situation, even the simplest daily tasks. For example, when you have a coffee, allow yourself to be fully there. Notice the aroma, the warmth, the taste. This awareness, no matter how small it seems, can nurture your inner fortress and calm your mind. Seneca's teachings remind us that life passes quickly, and each missed moment is an opportunity for fortitude and personal growth that slips away. The simplicity of presence is like a constant exercise of silent gratitude. But being present doesn't mean ignoring the world around you. It means being so at peace within yourself that external noise loses its grip. In each interaction and situation, you become less reactive, more observant, and without even realizing it, you begin to develop a true inner fortress. It's from this point of simplicity that genuine curiosity emerges, and openness to transform discomfort into opportunity. Turn discomfort into curiosity. Facing discomfort as an ally is a powerful lesson from the Stoics. Instead of shying away from uncomfortable moments, we can observe them with the curiosity of someone seeking self-knowledge. When Epictetus spoke of discomfort, he saw it as a window into our own weaknesses and potentials. Picture a scenario where you feel anxious about speaking in public. Instead of avoiding this situation, why not ask yourself, why does this bother me so much? With this curiosity, discomfort becomes an opportunity to explore parts of yourself that would otherwise go unnoticed. This kind of practice isn't easy, but it's transformative. Instead of seeing discomfort as synonymous with pain, view it as a teacher. If a comment bothers you, ask yourself why it affected you. You might uncover something about your own insecurities and values, which is a fundamental step toward personal growth. Seneca, for example, believed that discomfort leads us to introspection, where we can understand more about our own limits and eventually overcome them. Cultivating this mindset leads us to face each obstacle with a broader and less reactive perspective. Curiosity makes us less defensive and more open, allowing our inner fortress to grow even stronger. And by transforming each uncomfortable experience into a learning moment, we can start seeing fear differently as a teacher, guiding us on the path to true resilience. See fear as a teacher. Fear is often viewed as an enemy, but for the Stoics, it's an unmatched teacher. When we face our fears, we're not just overcoming something, we're discovering hidden aspects of our own inner fortress. Imagine a moment when you hesitate to make an important decision, fearing what might happen. That's fear, subtly guiding your mind. However, by facing it with the courage of a learner, you begin to see that it brings lessons about your vulnerabilities and areas for personal development. Epictetus taught that fear, when accepted and understood, becomes a springboard to a more authentic life. Practically, this means that instead of avoiding fear, we can turn it into a growth tool. If you fear failing a presentation or a project, try asking yourself, what exactly am I afraid of? And more importantly, why? This simple exercise of investigation lets us see beyond the fear and understand what's truly at stake. This analysis can reveal insecurities that were hidden, and by bringing them to light, we're better prepared to face them. Seneca believed that exposed fear loses much of its power, making room for resilience. This approach transforms our relationship with fear. It stops being a barrier and becomes a teacher, one that guides us toward a stronger version of ourselves. So, every time we confront our fears, we're cultivating a mind more prepared for the unexpected, building an inner fortress that grows stronger over time. By seeing fear as a teacher, we prepare to live each moment, even the routines of daily life, with greater presence and meaning. Routine as ritual. Daily life may seem like a cycle of repetitive tasks, but the Stoics teach us to transform each small action into a meaningful ritual. By approaching routines with a mindfulness mindset, any activity, no matter how simple, can become a moment of mental grounding. Picture making your bed in the morning. Instead of a chore, see it as an act of self-care and respect for your environment. This seemingly small act reminds us that even in the simplest tasks, we find opportunities to build our inner fortress. Incorporating mindfulness into routines is also a way to eliminate distractions and live each moment with more presence. Seneca would say that nothing is truly small, as each moment contains a lesson if we're willing to see it. When we wash the dishes, for instance, we're practicing patience and focus. This mindful attention in routine activities strengthens our resilience and prepares us for bigger challenges. So, routine stops being just a series of tasks and becomes a path to personal development. Daily practice, as ritual, creates in us a state of serenity, almost like mental rest. This rest isn't passivity, but a quiet strength that prepares us for greater challenges. With this mindset, each routine stops being a burden and becomes a moment of reconnection with ourselves. And so, when we tune into our inner voice, we're ready to listen with clarity and act with purpose. Listen to your inner voice. Your inner voice is a silent compass that, when heard, guides you through the world's confusion. It's that voice that, in challenging situations, whispers what you truly want and believe in. The Stoics encourage us to cultivate a close relationship with this intuition, as it prevents us from being swayed by external opinions and pressures. Imagine being in a heated discussion, and instead of responding impulsively, you connect with your inner voice, assessing what really matters. This practice not only strengthens the inner fortress but also leads to more balanced responses. Listening to the inner voice is a constant exercise in patience and self-observation. Epictetus said that those who live by their own values live a fulfilling life. In moments of uncertainty, a simple practice is to take a few deep breaths and ask yourself what truly matters to me right now. This question, as subtle as it seems, brings forth our center, our essence. With this connection, we become less reactive and more conscious of our choices, a true path to personal development. By practicing this inner listening, we begin to understand that the true answer to many of our questions is already within us. This leads us to see our thoughts and feelings with more clarity, almost like looking into a mental mirror. And it's precisely this impartial and compassionate view of ourselves that opens the path to self-knowledge, transforming the inner mirror into a powerful tool for growth. Mental mirror. The concept of a mental mirror is one of the richest Stoic lessons for those seeking self-awareness. This practice involves observing yourself with a neutral, impartial perspective, without judgment, as if you were standing before a mental mirror. When we reflect on our reactions and emotions, we begin to identify patterns that often go unnoticed. Imagine, for example, noticing how you react to criticism. Instead of defending yourself right away, try simply observing how you feel and why. This approach brings us closer to an inner fortress where every experience becomes a valuable lesson. This mental mirror helps us face emotions more wisely. Instead of suppressing feelings, the practice suggests we look at them with compassion and clarity. Epictetus reminded us that what affects us is not the event itself, but the way we respond to it. Applying this idea, when we feel anger or frustration, we can simply observe them, recognizing what these feelings reveal about our expectations and values. This perspective, both critical and compassionate, is a fundamental pillar in personal development and the quest for resilience. Finally, the mental mirror helps us cultivate a deeper, more honest perception of who we really are. Practiced regularly, it allows us to see beyond illusions and external constructs, revealing our true essence. And by understanding our virtues and flaws, we're ready to face life with more integrity and purpose. Each reflection in this mirror is an opportunity for growth, a chance to align ourselves with the principles that guide our inner fortress. Now that you've come this far, you have a powerful set of practices that can deeply transform your life. But here's the question: what will you do with this knowledge? Are you ready to apply these Stoic lessons to your routine, to look within, and find that inner fortress that many people never discover? How about starting right now? With every small decision, you can shape your life with greater purpose, seeing fear as a teacher, and finding simplicity and resilience in the smallest actions. So, are you up for taking this practice further? As Epictetus would suggest, view every choice as an opportunity to strengthen yourself. Ask yourself, am I truly living by my values? Each reflection brings you closer to the peace and personal development you seek. If this journey made sense to you, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications to keep exploring topics like this one. Let this be the first of many discoveries on the path of self-knowledge and wisdom. Are you ready to live with purpose? It's time to turn knowledge into action.